Hey, guess what? Miscellaneous E3 things. We're
Yeah,
talking about the other conferences.
well, okay, let me explain this first because first me and Jeremy we were planning on sort of talking about everything E3 had to offer, like everything, but our time schedule didn't really work out. So now we're sort of making a condensed version where instead of just talking about everything, we're just going to talk about miscellaneous, we're just going to like speed run the other E3 press conferences. And then we're just going to talk about games like we were really excited to see and stuff we were really disappointed with. So which press okay, EA was first. So I guess let's just do EA. EA was technically first.
Sports,
So yeah,
Battlefield,
so Madden.
esports. Let's do this. Yeah, then let's talk about racing. Okay, now we're going to talk about the new Star Wars. It has 3 times the content, but guess what? 3 times 0 is still 0.
Yeah, so okay, so I guess let's start with that. Okay, so Star Wars Battlefront 2. The first one looks like a okay game. The second one still looks okay to me. And then they're like, I'm so sorry. We're gonna make a more story mode for you folks, because we know you like that story mode. So it's like, EA keeping promises. They kind of suck at it. So yeah.
It was your sports releases.
So I guess for anyone who's a fan of the first Star Wars Battlefront, which there are a lot of people, I guess this would be exciting. For me, it's not exciting, but for other people, I'm sure it is. Then let's talk about Madden NFL 18 long shot. Now there's a story mode in this one too. They're adding story modes everywhere. So this one it's a story mode. Yeah, EA is adding story modes for some reason. I don't know why. There's really not much to say.
The story will always be Mario Super Sluggers.
No. I actually remember playing a wrestling game, and that one actually had a pretty good story mode. It was actually pretty cool. And then, yeah, there's not really much to say about that one. It's just Madden with a story mode. Battlefield's 1 DLC in the name of Czar. Again, if you're a fan of Battlefield 1, which there are a lot of fans of, that game, then they're going to like In the Name of Czar. Now let's talk about the good game. They actually had two good games they announced. The first one was A Way Out. Now, A Way Out was created by the same developers that made Brothers. It's like Brothers, like a Tale of something. So it's a really great game. Right now it's super cheap, so you should probably get it. And it's just really interesting and unique. And they have a great, I can't really describe it. I don't really want to describe it here, but it's great. So the trailer showed, what the game would look like. Actually, what I liked what EA did in the press conference was that they actually came out like, the guy who worked at EA was like, oh, we all love the game Brothers, so we got them to make a game for us. And that's cool. That's cool to see that. I want to see more like AAA developers do this. Like they actually extend a hand to the indie developers so that they could start making like really, really good looking games and like really like, because one of the problems with indie developers is that they don't have the budget to make games. So sometimes they need something like EA to like, give them more of a budget, give them more of a bigger development team so that they can actually make good games. So with A Way Out, it's a co-op style game about 2 guys trying to escape prison. But the way this
Prison Break, New Super Mario Brothers edition.
But the way how this is unique is that you're always going to see, it's always going to be split screen. You are never going to be, you're always going to see what your player's doing. So basically what your player is doing is a necessity. You can't survive without looking at everything you and your partner do. So it's actually like 2 people actually trying to break out of a prison. So I don't know. It looks really interesting. That's the most exciting game I think EA talked about. What about you, Jeremy? Or did that game was like a take it or leave it?
EA was the worst. Take it or leave it. EA was basically the worst press conference.
Well, then the last game. Well, it wasn't the last game in the announcement, but this is the last game we're going to talk about. Need for Speed Payback. Now, the last time I played Need for Speed, it was actually a racing game and not whatever this open world thing is. It looked good. It looked fine. I might play it one day. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll try to play the other Need for Speed games to like see what it's, because I don't even know what it's about really. I'm not really into Need for Speed. So this was a take it or leave it kind of thing as well. But the game I think everyone should play is A Way Out, because it actually does look very, very interesting. I might actually buy that day one, because it really actually does look good. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about EA. Surprisingly, they weren't the worst announcement, and we're going to head to the worst E3 press conference with, Jeremy, you say it. Who is it?
Ubisoft?
No, they weren't the worst.
Yeah, I was surprising because that one was next.
That one was the next one?
Yeah.
In the announcement?
Not Bethesda.
Well, let's talk about Bethesda, because we have nothing to say. It's not much to talk about with Bethesda.
Ubisoft, I think, had a great conference. They showed off, like Nintendo.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Ubisoft now. All right, let's talk. Fine, we'll talk about Ubisoft. Okay. All right, yeah, Ubisoft. My opinion, they had the best conference out of all of them. They had the best conference because they had a good amount of variety. Literally, almost all the games that they announced are games I actually do want to buy, except for Just Dance 2018. And then they ended
for some reason.
They ended the press conference the best way I could possibly think of ending a press conference in any situation. Beyond Good and Evil 2. My God, that trailer looks phenomenal. It's a great trailer. It is an amazing trailer, especially for a game that is so beloved. Well, it wasn't beloved at the time, but now it is. So it was a great way to end it. Like, I know that game's going to take years to come out, but at least they showed us something that looked amazing. So I'm glad they did that. But again,
I feel like Ubisoft did a good job.
I think they did the best.
Covered all their bases, showed off all their major things.
Well, like
similar to what Nintendo did.
Well, like Assassin's Creed Origin, that actually does look like a great game. It actually does look like they took themselves seriously this time with this Assassin's Creed. I'm hoping they do that. I'm hoping it's better than Black Flag, because Black Flag is kind of like, that one's one of the best ones. South Park, The Fractured Butthole. I liked.
Oh, that game looks great.
I liked the previous South Park. That one looks good. Far Cry 5. All the Far Cry games are pretty good. Steep, Road to the Olympics. The first Steep actually looked pretty good. I want to get that one. I want to buy it. The Crew 2 looks good. Skull and Bones, which is kind of like, basically think of Black Flag, but literally being a pirate instead of being an assassin. And then, actually, I don't know what these next three are. Transference, Starlink, and then South Park Phone Destroyer. So I don't know anything about. I don't remember that part of the conference. I'm trying to see what Transference is. Oh, it's a VR game. I don't know anything about this one, so I can't say anything. Oh, it's made by like Elijah Wood. So if you like that kid from Lord of the Rings, then this might be the game for you. So yeah, they didn't really talk much about Transference, and then Starlink Battle for Atlas. They didn't really talk much about that either. Did they South Park Phone Destroyer? Do you know about that one, Jeremy? I have no idea.
That's basically like a South Park RPG on.
Oh, it's mobile. A real-time strategy game. Oh wow, okay. That sounds interesting. It's coming out in 2017, so that could be an interesting game. I don't know. And then Just Dance, which I can't believe they're still making. On
the original Wii, no less.
I remember watching game theories videos and like how sometimes the simpler games are the ones that do sell the most, and that is kind of true. You know, that is, so I guess there is an audience for it. I guess the previous Just Dance was profitable. I mean, it's sad to see. It's so sad to see that Sing didn't really do anything for the people. Remember Sing? For the Wii U launch title? Oh man, that will surely be missed. But I think overall, like literally every single one of these games, except for one of them, are games that look good, that look great. And I was surprised. I did not expect Ubisoft to be as good as it was. But in my opinion, it's number one. I don't know. They just had a really good press conference.
For me, they're number two.
I think they're number one. Like, I don't know. I think it's just a combination of everything, you know, good. Oh, wait. Oh, Rabbids. Oh my gosh. Mario and Rabbids. That game looks great. I love
That looks weird.
I love the XCOM franchise, man. The XCOM franchise is great. Jeremy's gonna finally get into it now. He's finally gonna get into it because it's coming out on a Nintendo platform. You need to understand how great that type of strategy game is. And it's from the same developer as Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends. And Shigeru Miyamoto actually came out and supported this game. That's actually showing how good it's gonna be. Even Ubisoft is getting better third party support than Nintendo is. That's that's pretty funny to me. But yeah, they just did everything. Ubisoft just did. They even appealed to Nintendo fans. When did Ubisoft ever appeal to a Nintendo fan? That took skill. That takes a lot of skill to do. Fun fact, I actually thought that this was going to be the Rabbids and Mario. I thought that was going to be a party game at first. And I actually would like to see a Rabbids Mario Party sort of hybrid kind of thing, because I think the Mario Party thing is getting a bit stale. I don't know. I feel like
they don't go back to the original. They go and try and change it up, but it makes the games worse.
I don't know. I think I would like to see that. I would like to see something new with the Mario Party franchise, but that's what I thought it was going to be at first, and I would still like to see that, but this is probably a better idea. I love it. It's amazing. Gosh, I don't know, Final Fantasy Tactics, Pokemon Conquest, all those games are just a lot of fun to play. And XCOM does it the best. XCOM out of the water in terms of how they do it. So to see that be inside of a Nintendo game, I don't know, that sold it. Ubisoft, I'm sorry, you appealed to me. You showed the games that look good. You're probably going to disappoint me at some point this year. You're probably going to do something really shitty. But for now, you had a good press conference. My hat off to you, good sir. Now let's talk about second place best second place best E3. Just kidding. It's at the bottom. Bethesda. Because something in the back of my head was you know what? I really like E3 so far, but where's the Skyrim announcements? Where is that? But the Bethesda,
just let that game die.
They gave it to us in spades.
That has announced 3 times.
Oh, they gave it to us in spades, Jeremy. Oh man,
a total of 2 new games announced.
And the Creation Club. Because I really wanted to pay for my mods, man. Seriously, just fuck Take-Two and fuck Bethesda, man, because they're trying to make you pay for mods again, and Take-Two is trying to make you get rid of the mods, and that's just, stop doing that. Stop it. The reason why the reason why Skyrim has lasted 6 years in the first place is because of mods. The reason why Fallout 3 has been played as much as it has is because of mods. The reason why GTA 4 and GTA 5 are super popular, part of it is the mods. And they're trying to ruin that, man. And they put that in their E3, seriously. And then Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind, I am an MMO kind of fan, so maybe I'll play it. Maybe I'll try to get into MMO. I need to find a community of people to play with for MMO, but so far the only community I can find is RuneScape. So maybe I might have to play RuneScape at some point. And then what the hell is this? Elder Scrolls Legends Heroes of Skyrim. What is this? I'm trying to read it to see what it is. It's an expansion pack for the Elder Scrolls Legends. Oh, more expansion packs for the Elder Scrolls series. Very, very interesting. Okay. Again, the most of this stuff I just don't care about. I think most people don't care about either. A
total of 2 new games.
I enjoyed. Wait. Hold on. I enjoyed their presentation of it. They were trying to be a bit creative with it, the art style and stuff like that. And but it's hard to enjoy that when the games they were announcing sucked. But yeah, let's talk about the 2 games that are actually worth playing: The Evil Within 2 and Wolfenstein 2. The first Evil Within looks really good. It's actually trying to be more. It's trying to be more Resident Evil than Resident Evil 7 is. So that's good to see.
That's sad.
And then the Wolfenstein 2, that just looks like a fun time because I like the Wolfenstein series. I like the story of Wolfenstein. And then I also enjoy the gameplay of Doom. So I hope that's what they're trying to do. I hope they're mixing the story of Wolfenstein with the gameplay of Doom. And the graphics of Doom too. because that's what I want. But where's Quake, man? Where's Quake? They need to do that. That's what they need to do. I want to see a Quake game. Because I actually my favorite series, like my favorite old series is the Quake series. Like more than like Doom and like Wolfenstein. So I would like to see that.
Quake HD exclusive to Switch.
So yeah, Bethesda had the worst. They showed only 2 good games and most of it was boring. So the next is the PC Gaming Show. Ooh,
I didn't see it.
Fuck you, IGN. You have like nothing for it, and now I have to go to like the PC Gamer website to actually see. I actually did watch it, and they're coming out with XCOM 2: War of the Chosen, which is like an expansion for it, and then Age of Empires, the definitive edition. Killing Floor 2. I'm just trying to look at the games that most people. Total War, Warhammer 2. That's good. War Groove looks like a good game. It looks pretty interesting. For the most part, Sea of Thieves looks interesting. Is it Ooblets? Yeah, Ooblets looks like a great game because I love the art style and everything about it. Jeremy has no idea what I'm talking about because he didn't watch it. I almost forgot to watch it. I actually saw it yesterday because I forgot about it too, but I was like, oh, I have to watch it. So I saw it. Here's the thing about PC Gamer Show. It's a show where it's not going to get you. Okay. The PC Gamer Show is never going to like convince you to get a PC. Like this is made for people who already have PCs. You know, with the Xbox E3 or Microsoft E3, Sony E3, Nintendo E3, they're trying to convince you to buy a console. But with the PC Gamer Show, they're never gonna do that. They will never convince people because like everyone already knows the benefits of a PC. So you're either gonna get one or you're not gonna get one. So so all they really do is show the games off. So that's why it's good. But they're never gonna show you a game as exciting as God of War. They're never gonna do that because who cares? Like they're not convincing you to buy a PC. So what's the point? So they're just gonna show you a lot of good games, and that's what they did. They showed a lot of good games.
Yeah.
So that's really all to say. So like there's no point of really going into detail of any of these games because it's either you like because a lot of these games are actually pretty niche too. Like XCOM is a good game, but I don't know a lot of people who play it. I've heard of Age of Empire. I've heard of Warhammer. Killing Floor 2. That's a fun game to play. But these are all niche games. I don't know a lot of people who play it, but it's they're popular enough to be announced. So that's really all we can talk about. So yeah, that was all of E3. So
Yep, that was all of E3.
So all right, let's just start with the disappointments. What were the biggest disappointments? Let's start with Jeremy.
Square shows up, but only to make a fishing game in a Life is Strange prequel. Nothing else. Doesn't show no Kingdom Hearts,
we'll go back
Fantasy,
and forth
like
with what to talk about in disappointments. Okay, this is technically, it's not a super huge disappointment, but I'll say all the VR announcements that came out because none of the VR announcements make me want to buy a VR. So it's not super disappointing, but it's kind of sad to see that VR is going nowhere.
Oh, by the way, Bubsy happened before E3. So how do you feel about Bubsy returning?
Well, you know how I feel about Bubsy in general, so that kind of answers it.
I'm going to find some way to play a Bubsy game on this channel. Don't just you wait.
Are you gonna make me play Bubsy or no? Or are you just gonna play it? Because that's one way to torture me, is make me play Bubsy. What's another? Gosh, because it's a bad platformer, so it's like I'm willing to play Sonic 06. That's like how much I like platformers. And then like Bubsy, it's like every time I look at it, it's like I don't want to play it. But yeah, okay.
Bubsy's fun.
All right, so okay, what's your next disappointment?
Next disappointment?
Mm-hmm.
EA's conference in general.
Are you really disappointed in that? All right. Skyrim on the Switch. I don't think they're doing enough to like make it.
They're showing Skyrim 3 times.
I guess Bethesda, but I don't really care about what Bethesda does. So, but Skyrim I'll say Skyrim on the Switch.
Sony and Nintendo.
I'll say Skyrim on the Switch. That's a disappointment. All right. and then you said EA. Oh, what's your next one? What's your next disappointment?
I think that's really it.
That's all your disappointments. Metroid Prime 4, pretty disappointing. Showing nothing at all. And then is there anything else I'm disappointed with? I think that's actually... Oh, Xbox One X, the name. Stupid. Jesus
that's an awful name.
God damn it. Change just call it Scorpio or something. Or do what Android does. You know, whenever they release a new operating system, they always get they do it alphabetically, but they give it a name. So it's like right now it's Nougat, but the previous one was it Nougat? Yeah, the previous one was Marshmallow. So it's like they do it in alphabetical order. So that way you know which one's the newest one, you know? Like do something like that. Gosh, I'm trying to look if there's anything else that was really disappointing, but I think that's it.
All right, what was your most hypest?
Oh, wait. I'm disappointed in Nintendo's E3 press conference in general. In general, I'm disappointed in that one. They should have done more. Okay.
That was honestly my favorite.
Like as a Nintendo fan, I liked it, but they should have done more to convince other people. Because they're still
They're not trying to.
They say, oh, we're not competing against PlayStation and Xbox. It's like you are,
because they aren't.
They are.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
They're not.
Yes, they are.
They're going for a completely different audience.
Yeah, but that's still an audience of gamers, no matter what. If you go to
different type of gamer.
Listen, okay,
it's not really a
if you go to the movie theaters and there's a bunch of movies being released, but then there's like this one weird movie saying, "Oh, we're not competing against other movies." Like yes, you are. If you're calling yourself a gaming console and you're trying to like, you know, sell more consoles than other people, then yes, you are competing. So what Nintendo's saying, it's pretty much bullshit.
That's like saying a horror movie is being compared to a comedy.
No, but if you are a movie and you're being released, you can't say, "Oh, we're not competing against other movies," because this is the world of capitalism. You are automatically competing against other people so that they will spend money on you and they won't spend money on anyone else. So, yes, they are competing. It's like you can't escape that. And I understand that they're trying to go for a completely different audience.
Your comparison is like saying that a horror movie is trying to compete with the audience of a comedy movie. Granted, they're both movies.
Yes, they are.
But they're not really competing against each other.
But they're competing on how many more people would go in to see the movie. Right?
They're going for completely different audiences.
But they're trying to get more audience than other people, right? So no matter what, they are competing, no matter what. Of course, people who like comedies are not going to go see them, but they're trying to compete on how many more people would go in there. So of course they're competing. Like that's just the world it's in, you know? Okay, like we can talk about like laptops, you know, you see like a really cheapo laptop and then you see like a Mac. You know, that cheap laptop's like, "Oh, we're not competing against the Mac." It's like, no, you are competing against the Mac. You're going for a completely different audience, but you're still competing. You still want to sell more than the Mac. Of course, everyone wants to sell more than a Mac. So it's like, it's just competition. It's still competition. Nintendo's still trying to beat Sony and still trying to beat Microsoft in terms of who makes better games and who makes a better console. That's what they're trying to do. Even though
I personally disagree with that because they're going for a really different audience.
No, they have to. They have to, or else they won't win. Because you've heard people before say like, "Why should I get a Switch if I have an Xbox One?" I've heard people say that before. "Why should I get this when I already have this? Why should I get a Switch if I already have a PC?" You know, that you're competing against that. You know, you should convince me why I should have your console when I already have a PC. I know a PC is not trying to compete with a PlayStation, but it's still trying to get my money. They're still trying to convince me to buy stuff. So they still need my money. So that's where I see it. That's how the world is seen through my spectacles, I guess you could say. So that's disappointments. Okay, so now we talk about disappointments, so now let's talk about good things. So, good thing, you start.
Your game of the year in this E3.
No, let's start with like excitements, announcements we enjoyed. So you go first.
Mario
But don't
Odyssey
say
for
your
one.
game of the year. Don't say your game of the year. That's your game of the year?
Okay.
Is it Mario Odyssey or no?
Yeah.
That is your say your announcement that isn't the game of the year for you.
Beyond Good and Evil 2. That looks great.
Okay. I'm just gonna say Assassin's Creed. It's on the bottom of the list for me, but it still looks exciting.
Yeah, I get ya.
So yeah, your turn.
Superstar Saga remake. I'm really happy for that.
Okay. I am excited for that Samus 3DS game. That does look pretty good. I think it's been a while since they made a traditional Samus game from the SNES era, so that's good to see. All right, your turn, buddy.
Yeah. There was that Cuphead. Cuphead was great.
Cuphead looks pretty good.
Shoot, pew, pew, pew.
Okay. I'm trying to. Okay, I actually am excited for that. What was it called? Like the Two Tails, whatever, Tails something. That platformer for the Xbox
The
One.
Lucky Tail from Microsoft.
Yep, that one. I like platformers, so I can't escape that.
Yep.
Can you think of any more?
Beyond the Game of the Year? No.
All right. Well, I like Ooblets. Ooblets looks amazing.
Oh wait, Kirby.
Yep, Kirby.
was good.
I like Kirby too. I like all the Nintendo games they announced. All of those I can be pretty excited for. The Beyond Good and Evil 2 trailer. That's the best thing I can think of from any E3. I like a lot of the Sony games look good. So that zombie Sony game, God of War. And then Uncharted, it looks good. I'm not too excited for it because there's already 4 Uncharted games. I am excited for Sonic Mania. That one's really good.
Yep.
Sonic Forces.
DeviantArt, the game.
Sonic Forces. No, that's Sonic Forces is the DeviantArt one. I'm talking about Sonic Mania, which is the 2D one. That one.
Oh, the one with Knuckles.
Sonic Mania looks great. And then Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'm probably gonna keep talking about that for like another week. So yeah, that's pretty much all the ones I'm like super excited for.
Okay, we gotta end this off. What's your game of the year
Monster Hunter
this year? It
Monster
has to
Hunter.
be shown at E3.
Well, for my rule, it has to be a game that's coming out relatively soon. Can't be in development because then it's not even a game yet. So Monster Hunter is coming out relatively soon. It's coming out in early 2018. So yeah, Monster Hunter, it's almost out. That's
for me,
my pick. Yep.
Mario Odyssey, game of the year. That was a real MVP. It was a great trailer.
Well, it came out last year, so I'm not counting that personally.
No, it doesn't matter if it came out last year. It just has to be games shown at E3.
I'm gonna be more creative because they announced it last year, so I'm not really like it would be if Mario Odyssey was announced this week and they showed that trailer. My mind would have been blown. My mind would have exploded, man. But they showed it last year, so I already knew about it. But it still looks like a great game. I'm the most confident that it's going to be like a 10 out of 10 game, without a doubt. So yeah, that does.
It wasn't shown at like last E3. It was shown at like the Switch.
But they showed Spider-Man last year. They showed God of War last year. The new announcement was Monster Hunter, so that one got me the most excited. It's a game that's coming out, so that's just my rule. If I ever pick like a game of the year, it has to be a game that's announced at that time, and it has to come out relatively soon. So that's just my personal rule.
I just think it has to be the game that you're the most excited for.
Yeah, because if it's the game I'm most excited for, then it's Beyond Good and Evil 2. But that's not. Again, I might have kids at that point. Like that's just a trailer.
Yeah, then that's your real game of the year.
No, it's not because it's not even a game yet. It's not ready. I can't count it. So it's not a game.
It's their E3 MVP. Like
okay, if it's an MVP,
really
okay, then that's okay. Favorite moment of E3, Beyond Good and Evil 2 trailer. That's my favorite moment. Favorite game, Monster Hunter. And if I should be specific. Favorite game announced at E3 2017, Monster Hunter. So that's what I'm gonna call it. Because I don't know if I feel like E3 2017 should, like, when you talk about game of the year, it should be games that were announced at that time. So that's just me. Close second would be The Evil Within 2. That's a close second, I would say. Oh no, wait.
My second?
Kirby. Okay, Beyond Good and Evil 2 the second, and then third is Kirby. Kirby's really good.
My second would be Life is Strange prequel. That looks good. And my third would be I don't think Kirby. Yeah, Kirby.
All right. Yeah, that Kirby game looks fantastic. I love it.
It looks so good.
I love it. Oh gosh. I would count Xenoblade 4 if it had, or Xenoblade 2 if it had actual gameplay footage, but they didn't. They had a trailer.
It did.
It barely did.
There was gameplay in the trailer.
It barely did. Not enough for me to count it. It needs to show more for me to count it. It's coming out relatively soon, so I'm sure Nintendo's going to have another direct that shows it, so I'm fine with that. But yeah, that's just me and my. I have a weird way I see E3 because most people who watch E3 are actually excited for it. I'm the person who's not. Yeah. I'm not. I try not. I try not to get hyped because I feel like that's a bad way of looking at a game. Because then I don't know. You're just gonna have.
But getting hype is fun.
But I mean, it's fun to be hyped about games that are actually going to be worth it, like Mario Odyssey. But like most games aren't really worth the hype, so it's like it's not really worth being hyped about so many games that I'm probably never going to buy right away. So that's me. That's how I'm a.
The hype can last for years.
I'm a guy that, just like.
Look at you, sir.
When was the last game I paid full price?
Because you don't know how to hype.
I'm trying to think of the last game I bought full price, and I can't think. Oh man, I can't think. Was it Smash Brothers? It might have been Smash Brothers. Other than that, I don't. I just buy. I buy whatever PC game that looks good that isn't $60. It's been a long time, but watching E3, I might actually buy Monster Hunter right away. But that depends if I get. Oh wait! Oh god damn it! Why didn't I talk about Kingdom Hearts? God damn it!
God damn it! That wasn't really shown at E3.
It was, so yeah, but they had like an actual trailer for once, you know, showing the story. Those other things were more like teasers. This was like an actual trailer, so that's second place for E3 announcement or E3 MVP. That's second place. Metroid Prime 4 is at the bottom. I'm sorry. Do more, Nintendo. You are a better company than this. Don't stick.
You are going to get so many dislikes.
I don't care. I don't care. Nintendo is like, they're supposed to be.
You don't understand what the Metroid fans have gone through.
No, I know. I feel bad for the Metroid Prime fans, and I think they deserve better than just a 40-second trailer with a title on it. I think that's stupid. You're literally blue-balling your fans.
Remember when Final Fantasy VII did that and like everyone was hyped?
Yeah, I hate it when they do that. I hate it when they talk about like this stupid stuff, man. Like, I don't know. They need to do a better, like when you're going to announce something like Metroid Prime 4, you need to have like fire coming down from the floor. You need to have like someone actually dressed up in an actual like Samus suit. You need to like bring your all. It has to be like oh my gosh, like I don't know. Yeah, it has to be like Valhalla, you know? When you announce something like that, you have to like take it seriously. And for Nintendo to just like here you go. It's in development, by the way. Like it's just so it's aggravating. It's really aggravating, dude. I don't know. That's why I have no problem with Beyond Good and Evil, because they showed us like this amazing trailer. The trailer, oh my gosh, it has a monkey and a pig saying "fuck." It's amazing. That's so awesome. Yo, I got a fucking date. I can't be late. Something like that. I don't know. That was an amazing trailer. That's just me. Like that trailer was phenomenal. And then Nintendo's like Metroid Prime 4 in development. Like they expected fans to be excited for that. God damn it.
And they are.
God damn it, Nintendo. God fucking damn
They did it because it works.
God damn it. Nintendo. They think they can just do whatever they want in this industry. They think they can just do that and get away with it. Well, they have. But not from me.
They did.
Not from me. They didn't get... I will always remember this. I will probably... Gosh, I'm gonna try to turn that into a meme. I'm gonna try to on this channel, like turn that Metroid Prime 4 thing into a meme. I'm gonna be like, wow, this is more disappointing than a Metroid Prime 4 announcement. Gosh, oh my gosh, I don't know. I can't justify that. I can't justify a company like Nintendo to do something like that. I can't. It's Five Nights at Freddy's bullshit thing. You know how like Five Nights at Freddy's, like when they announce a new game, you go on Scott Cawthon's website and then he has like this mysterious thing. It's like soon or whatever. They're being so like how do I say it? Like he's trying to be very cryptic. You know, like Nintendo's trying to be cryptic or something. Like I don't know.
Metroid is pretty cryptic. So,
you think there was a hidden message? You think there was a hidden message? You think there was a hidden message in the trailer?
Yes.
Gosh.
Like there's hidden gameplay, but you have to look at the stars constellations in a GIF.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Maybe we should talk about this real quick while we're here. Atari's coming out with a new console.
Ooh.
Like the company Atari.
Are they?
Yeah, the company Atari. It's not the same company that like made the Atari 2600, but it's the same name and same logo. Well, not the same logo. It's changed. But yeah, apparently
Booyah 2.0.
Apparently they became it's not Android based, it's PC based, so we'll see. Maybe it's gosh, what are those consoles called? Remember when Valve came out with consoles? Steam boxes. Maybe it'll be like one of those Steam boxes. Gosh, but yeah, I can't wait for Pitfall 5, folks. Get ready for Pitfall 5. That'd be funny.
And it's going to look just as amazing as
maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're going to make like what Nintendo did. You know what I mean? Like the Nintendo...
Or maybe they're just going to show a logo
Nintendo Classic Edition, but they'll do that with Atari. That'd be cool. I'd buy that.
Ooh.
It's just like a bunch of Atari games in like a box. I think every console ever made needs to be like that. Like the NES Classic, where they just have the console like in a little box and you can just play a lot of their like greatest hits. That'd be cool. I would like it, like, you know, like they keep coming out with like the NES Classics, but like, okay, so this has is it 60 games or 30? It's 30 games, and then they come out with another one. It's like 30 more games and 30 more games and like, you know, stuff like that. I would.
What about a version for the GameCube?
I would like to see that. Amazing. I would like to see that. The Nintendo needs to come out with more GameCube eShop games.
Bring back the era of Oceans. Bring back the era of
Well,
Oceans.
It was called the Nintendo Doll. It was like Project Dolphin, so that makes sense.
Well, yeah, but like, look at all the games that like Nintendo made at that time: Sunshine, Wind Waker, Gen 3. Like all of their major franchises, they just added an ocean to it. It was the era of oceans for Nintendo.
Yeah, true. It's interesting. Yeah, we'll see. But again, like, okay, let me just emphasize for everyone listening: it's just E3, okay? Calm down. I say a lot of shit because I could care less. That's why I say a lot of stupid, because I could just care less. Like, it's just E3. It's not the end of the world, especially for Nintendo. Nintendo has done a lot of stupider shit than this. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad at any of these companies or anything. I just say shit because I do. I'm on the internet. I might as well. I can never say,
yeah. God
damn, if I said shit like that in my college, I'd probably get beaten up. You know how many Nintendo fans are in college, surprisingly? Because at our college, the game development thing major is like growing like tremendously. Like I think that's the biggest major in the comm department is game development, because there's so many now. so I see like a bunch of people in my college like playing Nintendo, playing like 3DS and like, stuff like that. So if anyone from my college heard me talk about Metroid Prime 4, I'm dead.
We're gonna show this video to your college
You won't
friend.
see me anymore. I'm gone. Like, I'm gonna have to change my name.
So you can't openly show it to your college.
I could show it if I wanted to. Well, most of my college friends aren't game majors. I only have one friend that's like a game major. I have some others, but like one of my closer friends is a game major. But yeah, that's funny. So I mean, but again, it's just E3. It's just like, if you get mad at what I say, like,
can't wait till you become a game developer, Melvin, and then you do a trailer which is just a logo.
Gosh, I might do that just as a joke. If I ever come out with a game, just a 40-second logo. And then like, but I'll come out from a green screen and I'll be like, still in development. Pre-order now. God damn. If Nintendo had put that on there, I would have actually legitimately be pissed. Pre-order now. It's still in development. Because they actually would get a lot of pre-orders. They would. Nintendo would.
They would.
They would get a lot of pre-orders, but that would legitimately piss me off. But they didn't do that, so it's like whatever. Maybe they'll talk more about it in the next direct. I doubt it, but maybe they will. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about E3. It's probably going to be days.
Comments.
It's probably going to be days after.
And hundreds of
E3
comments
is
of
over.
Melvin being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
We're gonna have the most comments on this video.
I hope. If I get a lot of comments like this, I'm just gonna say a bunch of shit like this during our commentaries. That's all I'm gonna do then. I'll bring up Metroid Prime 4 in each episode. Just each thing. Oh.
But you can't do that once the game is out.
I'll be like, wow, your joke is as bad as that Metroid Prime 4 announcement. Oh man, that's like, oh man, that's gonna be fun. But I'm probably gonna piss off a lot of people. All right.
You already did.
All right. Take care, folks.
Take care.
Yep.